Cosplay is, the word itself is a mix of costume and like role play, so costume play, cosplay. So basically it's more than just putting on a costume, it's more of making a costume of a certain character from media and then also sort of embodying that character while you're wearing it. So a lot of people will try to like alter their voices or personalities to match the character. So it's basically cosplayers want to take a character out of a TV show, a book, and do their best to portray them in real life.
Some people will even cosplay original characters that they've come up with themselves or do designs for the zodiac symbols. It's definitely something that takes a lot of creativity, especially if you're someone who's working on a tight budget. You definitely have to come up with creative ways to use some really mundane materials to end up with a really good product.
When you come to Cosplay Club, it's all about cosplay. And while we do encourage people to make a cosplay and, a lot of our times are made like structured around making cosplay, providing materials, just a workspace, other people to give advice for.
But on a week-to-week basis, we usually just hold workshops. We'll just go to the club room and we have like a club Dremel and sewing machine, so we have some things for our club members to use so that they don't have to buy it themselves. And we'll work on cosplays almost every week. And this year we have an advisor, and he gave us this room, so sometimes we'll come in and we'll use this room. Which is great because we only have like one club sewing machine, and this room has 6. So it's 6, so it's a good amount.
We'll have supply runs to go help people get supplies to make their cosplay and things like that. We also sometimes hold seasonal parties like Halloween, Christmas. I don't know if they're spring semester parties, but just for us to like hang out as a community and just enjoy time with one another.
But other than working on cosplays, we also we collaborate with some other clubs. So the photography club, actually, we collaborated with them at one of their meetings. They had like what was it called? It was like it was just a photo shoot meeting where the members of that club had the opportunity to photograph us, and we had the opportunity to model for them.
Yearly, we have a photographer take pictures each semester for us for our new cosplays that most of our members have created in just a short time of the semester.
It's just a really good way for people to have sometimes a more permanent way to remember how they looked in the cosplay that they spent so much time and effort making. But we are looking to expand into more like community events. For example, this year we did a volunteer event called Boo at the Zoo, where we went to the Columbia Park Zoo here in Lafayette and just interacted with the kids and made them feel like, the people that they were meeting, our cosplay characters, were real, and it was a really fun time. Every year we go to BoilerCon here on campus and either participate in or judge the cosplay contest, and then just have a table set up where a couple people will sit the whole time and tell people about our club and try and get them interested.
It's a very targeted audience, which is great because it's cosplayers going to BoilerCon who can then join the only cosplay club on campus. And it's great too because you can also make friends with other cosplayers who might be able to help you later on. That was actually the first cosplay contest I've ever competed in, and it was the first time I'd ever gone to BoilerCon with the club. because I'd never had a BoilerCon before because I was a freshman. So I'm not sure how they did in previous years. And I'd like to say that our cosplays were pretty well constructed, considering we got first, but also looking at, because a lot of the cosplays there were very well done and very clever. But I'd say in terms of construction, ours were some of the best. And I think that's because of the materials that we have access to as a club. And we also have some members who are a lot more experienced in cosplay who help each other. I know a lot of them helped me. And so I think it's that network too that we have.
A lot of our individual members will end up going to conventions together, which is really fun, and sometimes they'll take the group cosplays that we did for the semester. Some people will just take whatever cosplay they personally love. And it's always just a really good time going to panels and late night events and meeting up with other people in the community that we wouldn't have been able to meet without that travel experience.
It's difficult sometimes to arrange your time because there are different elements that go into it. Like if you want a hotel room, it's easy to book a hotel room like very far in advance. Like when the Kalahari room blocks open like in May, like, you know, a couple months before November. It's easy to like pick up a hotel room and just decide, but it's hard because you don't know how many people are coming. So it's easier sometimes to get a head count first and then choose a hotel room, but your options will be more limited just because DaishoCon is growing and growing. So it's a little difficult to plan a convention trip just because it's kind of far and an overnight stay and things like that, but we have fun with it, and we always, you know, we manage to find a place to stay every year.
Well, Courtney contacted me before I even got to, before I even moved to Lafayette. So I got an email over the summer. I think someone forwarded it to me. But I reached out to her, and I didn't really know what clubs were at the time, but I was interested in doing it. I don't do a lot of cosplay, but I mean, I make costumes for a living, so I thought it'd be kind of a cool thing. And I kind of felt like it would be a good way for me to learn about cosplay and also for me to introduce the club to the costume shop and the theater department as well. So I thought it would kind of be a cool way to kill two birds with one stone. Yeah. Mostly what I do is I make sure that at least like 2 or 3 times a semester you guys can use this space. And I think it's been super helpful. I know the couple times we've done it so far, and we're doing it again in a couple weeks, it's been a good turnout, and it seems like people have gotten a lot of stuff done. And I don't know how it was before with the multi-purpose room or classroom or whatever you guys used before, but it seems like people are getting a lot of use out of some of the stuff here, which is great. And it makes me happy that I can let you guys use my stuff here, or the school stuff, you know, because I mean, ultimately it is, the school paid for it, so why not let students use it, no matter what their majors are, so that's the way I feel about it. I don't know if you guys compete, but it'd be cool if like, you know, Purdue Cosplay could get, you know, make a name for themselves, you know, and like win some, because I know there's usually competitions and stuff like that. And I don't know if you guys enter those or if you just go for fun, but it would be cool. It would be great if the cosplay club could win some awards and, you know, get some recognition and be, you know, kind of. But I also don't know like if there's other schools that do what you guys do. I don't know if there's other clubs, but it would be nice if that would be the next step to me, is see what you guys could do like competitive wise, because that could be fun.
I guess we have a couple of criteria. For one, you have to be a current student at the university. Also, you just have to be interested in cosplay. You don't have to have cosplayed before. You don't have to have a specific plan for what you are cosplaying or be in the middle of making one. You don't even have to be someone who wants to make cosplay. Maybe you want to just photograph people who are in cosplay, or you're just interested in the cosplay community. That's all totally valid reasons to be in our club. But like, if you don't have any sort of interest in cosplay at all, we're probably not the place for you. So we do have dues where we ask our members to pay either $15 for a semester or $25 for the whole year, and that goes into getting us tools like our Dremel or our sewing machines. It goes into supplies for our tutorials. Like, for example, when we did a tutorial on foam armor making, we bought foam for people to be able to practice. And it also goes towards things like pizza for the call-outs or anything that helps further the club's outreach.
I remember when I came to college, I was concerned that like I would have to stop cosplaying because I wouldn't have any materials for it, because I didn't have my own sewing machine at the time. I do now, but and I was worried about carving out a time of, you know, like a time in the week to actually cosplay, because, you know, college can get really busy. And so Cosplay Club gives me that time, that designated time to work on cosplay, because since I'm a member of this club, I'm a dues-paying member of the club, I feel like it's almost an obligation to go to club, which it isn't, of course, but it helps force me to work on cosplay, because every week on Thursdays, this year it's Thursdays, from 6:30 to 9:30, we work on cosplay. I go to Cosplay Club, and if it's a work day, I work on cosplay, and it's helping me actually prevent con crunch from happening. And then it's also, so in my major, I'm a professional flight major, and what that means is that there are almost no women in my major, which is fine. I get along fine with guys. I have a lot of friends in that major, but sometimes you want to be friends with girls. And the only way I really did that was through clubs. And so I was like, that's a great idea. I'll go join a club, make some friends. But, you know, I'm not just friends with the girls here. I'm friends with a lot of people here. I'm friends with you, Zach, and you're not a girl. You're a man, and that's great. But no, you do make a lot of friends, and it's great too because you get to branch out of your major. Because when you're in a major, you usually just get stuck talking to the same people every day because you're in all the same classes and everything. But when you join, you're okay? You good?
I'm good.
Well, yeah, but when you join a club, you know, you get exposed to a lot of different people, and it's great. I've made a lot of friends in this club, and I intend on keeping those friends. So it's as much of a productive time for me as it is a social time. So it's a good balance.
Cosplay Club means to me a place to be creative and sort of express myself in creative, different ways than I would normally, just on a normal day-to-day basis. Sometimes I'll find myself like putting together extravagant outfits or different makeup to go to club because it makes me feel good and confident. But in a sense, I'm also not confident enough to maybe like wear a red eyeliner out to like 9:30 a.m. class. It's just a place that I know people are kind of wacky and accepting, and people just, you know, oh, you're wearing a dress today. That's okay. You know, people won't really judge you for what you wear. And it's a nice place to just express yourself with your clothes or hair or makeup, and nobody really cares. Like, you're not looking too extra to go to class or anything. You're just yourself at Cosplay Club. And it's a nice sense of community. We all struggle together to finish our cosplays before the convention. We all are there together to, you know, be at the convention and struggle with like the 3 bathrooms in the hotel or something like that. And just coming every week, it's a nice sense of stability. Like, I know every Thursday, 6:30, I'm coming to Hamp or POW or whatever, and just seeing the same people, and, you know, and life is kind of put on pause. Like, I'm not worried about my homework as much, or I'm not stressing about my tests, because I know this is my dedicated time to be creative and relax and hang out with people that I know are welcoming and people that I know will like support me just in lots of different ways. Yeah, it's a good place to be creative, express yourself through cosplay or clothes, and just have a nice welcoming community to come back to, a little family, if you could say.
Oh yeah, like the club is like my actual family compared to my family. I know that's kind of shitty to say, but it's the truth. Like I consider everyone here my family, and I appreciate them and I love them, and yeah, I just want to be there for all of them too. So
For me, Cosplay Club saved me from dropping out of school. Because my freshman year, I had no one. No friends that I could rely on campus. And the one person who would go to meals with me was my RA. And she always wanted to convert me to her religion. It was really awkward. I was very lonely, and I felt very isolated. And getting to the end of that year and becoming an officer for the Proto Cosplay Club gave me a sense of belonging that I had not previously had. And once I started making the decisions that I made for the direction of club, it definitely turned into a place where I found my closest friends, and I'm so grateful for that.
if you're into cosplay and you love the craft, you love the people that do it, you enjoy watching people do it, then I'd say definitely join our club. Like, we're not bad people. We're goofy, we're fun, we're loving, we're accepting. We don't care. Like, we accept people for who they are and what they do and what they enjoy. We enjoy what we do. We support each other for what we do, and we help each other out whenever we need it. We also, some of us even have related majors, so some of us, if we have trouble, we can ask some of our members that are in the same major for help, and we do it. Like, a bunch of friends here, we're family, so yeah, I'd say I can't think of anything, any other reason why people wouldn't want to join our club. I mean, it's fun, it's awesome. What we do is awesome.
This time I might just disappear.